Hello, Brian. Happy holidays.
Holidays.
Uh, Myles Gaskin was activated yesterday. What are you seeing at this very early stage out of him? Is it possible we'll see him in action Saturday night?
It's good to have him back out there. I thought he looked good, had some juice, energy. So we'll see how practice goes today, and make a decision on whether or not he's ready to go.
Steve?
Morning, Coach. I know you guys are trying to figure out who you might be facing in terms of quarterback, but if it is Marcus, is the key, looking back at film, is the key to try to keep him in the pocket, or there's some things you can do when he's on the move that could be more disruptive?
2 days in a row, Steve.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm at the game.
All right.
Looking forward to it. I'm going to be at your game. I'm looking forward to it, man.
All right, good. Marcus is a very talented, obviously can extend plays and make plays with his feet as well as with his arm. I think with any quarterback, you want to try to keep him in the pocket, especially one who's as athletic, fast, and skilled as Marcus. But Carr, he's also been able to step up and make plays with his feet as well. So I'm not really sure which one we're going to get. I think the game plan for both guys is to try to keep them in the pocket in the pass game, and we just got to do a good job with our reading our keys on some of the zone read things that they do with both quarterbacks. But I would say, I think we all know that Marcus is more apt to probably keep the ball and has more can make plays with his legs.
Adam?
Good morning, Brian. I'm curious your reaction, I guess your thoughts on how the NFL and your team handled 2020 from a COVID standpoint. There has not been any missed weeks. Your team I don't think has even missed practice. I don't want to jinx you here, obviously, but just how do you think it's been handled internally?
I think the league, and I think it starts with the league, the players. I think we've done a good job getting the games in thus far. I think everyone's had to make some sacrifices. I think the protocols that were put in place, which are changing all the time to try to put us in the best position to, obviously not get COVID, but then try to contain it when guys do get it. And I think, overall it's been good as long as, guys follow the protocols, make the sacrifice, and make smart decisions. We're still in it though. We're not done by any stretch of the imagination. So we all have to continue to be smart and make good decisions and not feel like, it's been good so far, so we're okay. So I don't even like to talk about how good it's been. We need to just continue to do the things we've been doing so that we talk about whatever it is at the end. So hopefully you didn't jinx it, Adam.
Omar?
I wanted to ask you about the offensive line. Obviously, after a 250-yard performance, you kind of, I'm assuming, want to stick with what works. But now that Solomon appears to be sidelined, how has Eric Flowers looked? And can you address Michael Dieter's development in terms of how he played versus what you saw last year?
I think Dieter's really developed I think he's done a great job this year. He's dealt with some adversity and obviously played a lot last year. Hasn't played as much this year. Goes in last week, plays well for us, has practiced well, has played different positions. Look, this kid, he's got all the characteristics we're looking for. He's tough, he's competitive, he's smart. I'm excited for him and his future here, and I thought he did a nice job last week. As far as The O-line situation, we had some injuries, and we've had, guys out really the entire year. Next guy just steps in and just, does his, but tries to basically step in and play well, and just execute the fundamentals and techniques that we talk about on a daily basis. Not try to do too much, not try to just handle his responsibility and do his role in a specific play. So whether that's Eric, whether it's Dieter, whether we make another move, we'll see where it lands. But it's good to have Eric out there. It's good to have Dietz out there. Look, it's a tough opponent. I mean, they got good D line backers, so we got to play well. If we want to run the ball, if we want to protect, if we want to, whatever we want to do offensively, we're going to have to, play with good fundamentals, technique, and execute.
Steve?
Merry Christmas, Brian. We all know family is important to you, and it's life in the NFL at Christmas time, but making sure that there's time for family this week for you and your coaches and the players. Do you struggle with that? Do you ever get to the point where you're comfortable with the balance that you strike for the team?
I mean, yeah, I'm comfortable with the amount of time that we're given, to the team. And I think, look, family is important. It is. I mean, it's important to me. I think you need a balance. If you don't, you're not going to be at your optimum level. So, I mean, I've said this before. If I don't see my family, you're going to get a lesser version of me, and I just assume that for everybody on our team. So, we'll make time for our families during Christmas, Thanksgiving, the holidays, things of that nature. But I think, and that's kind of my thought process on that.
Stop it.
Hey Flo, happy holidays. I really wanted to ask you about the status of Mike, Devontae, Jakeem, if you think they have a chance to go on Saturday. But I really want to ask you, how does a coach do some Christmas shopping for your family and loved ones, during this time?
Christmas shopping, Amazon. That's how we get it done. Like everybody else, it's a pandemic. How'd you get you're probably in the mall, no mask outfit.
Why have
That's
to
probably
wear
what
that mask, man? I
don't know. I can see you walking around no mask.
Maybe I have my nose out a little bit more than I should.
See. I mean, there it is.
Hey, I've been healthy.
There
No
it
COVID
is.
all year. No COVID all year.
All right. Yeah, we handle that Amazon. But Devontae, Mike, and Jakeem, look, they're all doing everything they can to get out there. They're really working hard. Look, it's important for everyone to be out there. It's obviously an important game, so all those guys are working hard, and hopefully they're wearing masks when they're in the mall.
Cam?
Good morning, Flo. I'm definitely wearing my mask. Merry Christmas to you and your family, first of all. I'm curious, we haven't asked in a few weeks as we get towards the end of the season. Are you still holding out hope for Preston or Devon to come back at some point, or are those guys more focused on 2021 at this point?
I'm always holding out hope. So look, those guys they're training, they're rehabbing, they're getting treatment. We'll see how this shakes out here. Obviously not this week, but we'll see how this shakes out. So, but I'm always holding out hope, and so are they.
All right, final question. We'll go to Isaiah.
Good morning. Happy holidays to everybody. At all the pro teams here in South Florida, there are a lot of high-ranking men and women of color throughout the organization. That's obviously rare. What are the Dolphins and other teams here doing differently, and how can it be replicated across the various leagues?
I would say that starts with ownership. Interviewing qualified minority candidates, And, you know, creating a place, you know, or creating an environment where, you know, the people who are qualified and capable, and then giving those people an opportunity. I think it's about putting good people together. So I just look at our situation with myself and Chris. It's, you know, it's been, you know, it's been great, honestly. You know, for me personally, you know, I know I'm at times not the easiest guy to deal with, and Chris deals with me at times. And when I'm not, I'm locked in the football mode, and he's you know, making sure that, you know, the things from a roster standpoint are where they need to be. And I think we have a great relationship that way. But, you know, I think, again, to get to your question, I think it starts with ownership. You know, just trying to find good minority candidates to interview. And then if, you know, they feel like it's the right fit within the organization, and giving them an opportunity. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, you got to take advantage of that opportunity, you know, regardless if you're a minority or not. I mean, it's so.